Hi guys, this is Rich with Wild Wonderful Weekends, and today I'm going to make another quick comparison video between my new GoPro 13 Black and my usually go-to action camera, the Insta360 X4. And today Ellie's going to help me with this because we're going to be mounting these cameras on her using a homemade mount that I created, or that I modified at least. Created's probably a strong word. And if you'd like to see my video on that, I'll put a link in the description. But a couple things we're going to look at, of course, is video quality, how easy it is to set the camera up on the dog, how comfortable it is for her to wear, how stable it is on her, and also how stable the video looks, and what you have to do, if anything, in post to get a usable video to share. So let's go ahead and get these cameras mounted on her. She's ready to go, and jump right in. First up is the GoPro 13 Black. As you can see, it mounts nice and low on the harness, which means it'll be very stable while Ellie is moving around. And since the harness uses a GoPro base, it just pops right on. Now let's look at the video it captures. The temperature today is about 94 degrees with high humidity, which means we probably won't see Ellie chasing chipmunks. But we should still get a pretty good idea about what type of performance you can expect from each camera if you mount them to your dog's harness. You can see that there is, of course, some motion, which is also due to the fact that I don't tighten this harness down as much as I probably could. I would rather Ellie be comfortable than get rock steady video. But even so, the video looks really good. The GoPro, true to its reputation, does a great job stabilizing the video. The quality looks good too, even in the mixed light and shadow of the forest. But if you decide you want to capture a different angle or point of view, you'll have to catch up with your dog and manually turn the camera in the direction you want. And depending on the type of mount you're using and the type of dog you have, this can be much easier said than done. But once you have it pointed where you like, you're in business again. Okay, now let's mount the Insta360 X4 to the harness. Right off the bat, you can see that the camera rides much higher, which means it's going to flop around quite a bit more. And it even slides the harness around some, which is probably less comfortable for Ellie as well. Let's see how the captured video looks. With the GoPro, the video straight out of the camera can be used. But with the Insta360, you're going to have to first open it and export it from either the Insta360 app on your mobile device or Insta360 Studio on your Mac or PC. But because the Insta360 is recording in all directions at the same time, you have a lot more creative freedom on where you focus the viewer's attention. You can even produce multiple videos from the same recording, and you never have to reposition the camera in the harness. So that's definitely something worth considering. Also, because of the camera's stitching algorithm, it completely hides its connection to the harness, which gives a cool effect like a camera is just kind of floating nearby capturing the scene. Okay, I'll put a few keyframes in place and export a reframed video so we can see the quality of the final output. And here you can see how obvious that camera motion is while Ellie's walking. The software is doing the best it can to make things look smooth, but it's just too much. And this is due in part to the harness, but all harnesses are going to shift around unless they're tightened to the point that the dog's uncomfortable. And because of all this motion, there's even some noticeable artifacting and blurring in the finer details like the leaves on the trees. Okay, so how does this comparison shake out? For ease of setup, because there are so many GoPro mounts out there, and because the 13 Black has the standard GoPro mount as well as a magnetic mount and quarter 20 mount, whereas the Insta360 X4 only has the quarter 20 threads, the GoPro is the winner here. As far as comfort for the dog, the harness is going to factor in heavily in how it's put on, but the GoPro definitely rides lower and moves around less. I also think it's a little bit lighter. I didn't confirm that with the numbers, but it definitely feels lighter in the hand. So the GoPro wins here also. For post-processing, things you have to do to get the video ready to view or post. With the Insta360 X4, you have to open the footage in either the app or the Insta360 Studio. And with the GoPro, the footage is ready to use straight out of the camera. So here, again, the win goes to GoPro. Flexibility definitely goes to the Insta360 X4. That's one of the areas that this camera really shines, and it's why it's my go everywhere camera. It captures everything in all directions all at once. so there's no need to adjust or to point it in any particular direction or fix any angles of the camera. Just hit the record button and let it do its thing. And finally, video quality for this application, a dog's harness, goes to the GoPro because of the crazy amount of motion and the relative low resolution of the Insta360 X4 over a small area of the 360-degree field it records just doesn't look as crisp and natural. So that's it. I really appreciate you watching my video, and I know it may seem like a strange comparison, but it is relevant to the way that I capture video, so I'm going to keep doing these comparison videos in case it's useful to you as well. If you did find this video informative and would like to see more of these, please consider liking and subscribing. Thanks again, and take care.